Mono, what with whatever the red, whatever his name is, he's dead. Rizu, Monotaro.
This is. I'm fine with real ghosts, but impressions of them are too scary.
Logic does not compute.
Did you hear something? No, I didn't hear anything. You know what else is scary? Sweet buns. Yep. So round, so. That doesn't sound scary at all.
I'm scared too. Scared of losing my friends.
Bro. She's on the chopping block.
Himiko. You chose the middle room to lure us into your trap, did you not? Then you used that trap to kill Tenko, yes?
Well, Donkey Lips, did you kill that twat?
Wait, must be some mistake. No way Himiko is culprit.
Then she needs to defend herself. Otherwise, this debate is deadlocked.
I don't care if you gotta use magic to do it, but say something already.
Are you even listening?
No, I'm not listening. I don't care anymore. I'm too tired. Angie died. Tenko died. Why did I have to survive?
Dang, bro.
Now, you're all saying I killed them? I just don't care anymore.
Himiko.
Do whatever. If you want to vote for me, then just go ahead.
The game gets really blah if the suspect isn't into it.
That's not the problem.
Damn it. Don't tell me you've given up.
Himiko, don't give up.
Don't you understand? My life is riding on the outcome of this trial! Just shut up. I told you, I'm too tired. It's all just big pain. I can't put up with it anymore.
What are you talking about? If you give up here...
You needn't worry. Himiko was the one who chose that room. Therefore, she is unmistakably the culprit.
Impossible! Himiko would never kill Tenko! Himiko not that kind of person. Gonta can tell by Himiko's face.
Himiko's a little slow, so I don't think she's capable of handling a complicated crime.
I also think Himiko's not the culprit. Somehow.
Either way, we gotta look for more possibilities.
That does seem like rather a pointless quest.
No, is not. We gotta be strong. Gotta keep thinking. Then we might find new truth. So no give up, Himiko!
Performing the seance in that room was Himiko's decision, was it not?
What if someone steered her into picking that room?
Of the 3 empty rooms, why did you select the middle one? Because you laid your trap there.
Was trap only in that room?
Oh snap.
Other rooms may be trapped too.
Yeah, even if Himiko picked the room, someone else could have set that trap.
Your opinions are empty words.
Performing the seance in that room was Himiko's decision.
Wait, I want to hear what he said after that. Hold up.
Of the 3 empty rooms.
What?
Just like the middle one. Because you laid your trap there. Was trap only in that room? Other rooms may be trapped too. Yeah, even if Himiko picked the room, someone else could have set that trap. Your opinions are empty words.
If the culprit's plan were to make Kimiko a suspect, they might have persuaded her to choose that room somehow. But how? And what would that tell us?
Performing the
Seance in that room was Himiko's decision, was it not? using that room?
Of the three empty rooms. Because you laid your trap there.
Was Trap only in that room? Other rooms may be trapped too.
I agree.
Just get it.
It's just like Gonta said. Each room was the same. They were all trapped.
What? Is that true?
Kokichi will tell you.
I was way too careless. Wait, what are you talking about?
People freaking need to read those.
While you were in the room next to the crime scene, you found a loose floorboard, right?
Well, I didn't find it so much as I stepped through it and tripped.
What? Hold on. There was also a loose floorboard in the next room?
So the culprit prepared a trap in all 3 empty rooms, not just the middle one.
If the culprit set traps in all the rooms, then they wouldn't need to select a room themselves.
So the real trap was for someone else to pick a room and take the blame.
I see. We were caught in the culprit's trap all along.
I think it's Kyo.
Especially you!
I think it's Kyo, bro.
But now there's no reason to suspect Himiko, right?
Himiko, do you remember what Tenko told you?
Keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with everyone else. Survive with me and everyone else. Please.
Live life facing forward. She said that to you, right? If you give up on living, you'd be betraying her memory. We're all trying to keep our promises to the dead. This trial, it's not just for our lives. It's for everyone who's died as well. That's why we can't give up. This is our responsibility. We live on.
You're right. Yeah, that's right. If I gave up here, I wouldn't be able to face Angie or Tenko.
That's right. So let's do our best.
Alright, I'm not gonna say it's a pain anymore.
Okay.
I won't give up. I'll fight alongside everyone and survive.
Ugh.
Do not say everyone. After all, the Blackened is still among us.
Jeez, there you go. Killing the mood like usual. But damn, well said, Shuichi. That's what I'd expect for my soul, bro. Your soul, bro?
Well, anyway, do you think the Blackened this time has some sort of superpower?
What are you talking about?
Well, as a self-proclaimed expert of stepping through floorboards, isn't it weird that no one stepped through that floorboard before the culprit used it?
Ah, that is a good point.
It must have been barrier magic. Well, that's one possibility, but I think it might have been something else.
Why didn't no one step on the floorboard until it was used for the murder? Oh, that's it. That must be the reason. Okay, yeah, I wasn't, nah. Oh,
This is it! It's because of the magic circle at the scene of the crime.
Kyo, you're looking crazy right now. Also, it's dark in here, so be sure to watch your step. If the magic circle is broken, not only will the seance fail, but they may also unleash a curse.
Before we began the seance, we were warned not to step on the circle. The floorboard in question was within the circle. That's why no one stepped on it.
So the magic circle's purpose was to keep us away from the whole trip.
That was part of the culprit's plans too?
Kyo, Kyo. What's the right on you too? Get on my face.
It has to be you! Kyo, was it you?
Whatever are you talking about?
I'm talking about Tenko's murder.
We still don't know Angie. I just realized that. We don't know who Angie.
Why do you suspect me?
Because you were the one who drew the magic circle. The circle kept us from discovering the seesaw trick. But that's not all it was for. In order to make the murder succeed, variables like Tenko's position and the placement of the cage needed to be defined. And those variables were defined by using the
And
magic
he was the
circle.
main one trying to do a seance, so he wouldn't know.
In short, the circle itself was the most important tool in this murder. Knowing that, the person who drew the magic circle has to be the culprit.
Well, Kyo,
Answer already! Did you do it?
And they're like, yeah, I did, but who killed Angie?
What is so funny?
I was just thinking. So this is how each Blackened must have felt. What an intriguing experience this is.
What? An intriguing
Yup.
experience?
It don't matter
But
though.
if I am the culprit as you claim.
It don't matter though.
Then I stomped on the floorboard, yes? So, do tell. How could I have stomped on the floorboard during that darkened seance?
I see. That is problem.
Unless that is made clear, you cannot be certain I am the culprit.
how can you be so calm when you're backed into a corner like this?
I will explain that in due time. Please answer my question first.
Although, even after I put out the candle, I can move along the wall with my hand.
Wait a minute. Maybe...
Did you figure it out?
That's it. The culprit didn't have to see it all. They used. I said, bro, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that.
That's it! The culprit used touch. They didn't see, they felt.
That way they could get around in the dark, like how I got to the candle.
Wasn't Seesaw in middle of room? Gonta doesn't think it was near wall.
So they probably used something besides the wall to move then, right? Were there any other markers within reach?
Of course, the answer to that is there was nothing of the sort.
Hangman's Gambit. Hangman's Gambit. magic. Oh, magic circle. Your boy's always coming through on these.
That's it. The magic circle. They used the magic circle. Remember? The magic circle was drawn with salt. The culprit used the salt's texture to feel their way through the dark.
I see. So Kyo traced the magic circle with his hands to get to the loose floorboard.
Oh, I see. You drew the magic circle with salt to use it as a guide.
An interesting thought. It is unfortunate that it is so wrong.
What?
Recall the document. What did the magic circle look like?
Based on the document, the magic circle wouldn't reach the corners of the room.
So what?
When the room was darkened, each of us was in a corner of the room, yes? The magic circle didn't reach us, so I could not have followed it, yes?
But you're talking about the magic circle in the document. That doesn't mean the circle you drew was the same.
No, I must
No, you had
definitely do
lines.
it exactly the same. I have it
He drew
perfectly
lines. He drew lines.
So which is it? Is there any way to check? Not anymore. The magic circle is a complete mess from being trampled on.
Everyone, may I have your attention, please?
What a pain. We don't have any way to check it now.
Excuse me, everyone. May I have your attention, please?
Well, I guess there's no point in discussing the magic circle anymore.
Hey, may I have your attention?
Bro's about to do the. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
No, I said cut that out. It's too bright.
I apologize. I just wanted everyone to listen to me.
About what?
I had Miu add another function to my body, in addition to the flashlight.
What the? No way! Did you really? Stop! You can't! I didn't install it for that purpose!
Please, let me use it. With it, I might be able to save everyone.
All right, so what is this function?
Yeah, what is it, bro?
It's an image recording function.
Miu, what are you doing, bro? Miu, what are you doing, bro?
Image?
Specifically, this function allows me to dispense a printout of my own memory. I'll give it a try. Ready?
Oh, that's kind of clean.
From your mouth?
I also used magic like that before.
Himiko, shut. No, you haven't, bro. Shut up.
This printout is
Freak.
my memory of being kicked out of the seance. Please confirm that the floor of the empty room is clearly visible. Go on, take the picture and see for yourself.
Okay. Got it.
Well, Shuichi, do you notice anything?
I know exactly what bro's talking about.
There!
Your boy isn't dumb. Your boy isn't dumb.
This helped a lot, Kibo. Without you, I never would have seen through Kyo's lie.
My lie.
You just said that you drew the magic circle exactly as it appears in the document. But that's a lie, isn't it?
We're forgetting that we still don't know who Angie's killer is, so at the end of the day...
At the scene had lines that stretch to the room's corners, which means that you would be able to find the floorboard from anywhere in the room.
So it was different from the document
And
after
that's
all.
why the seance didn't work.
All because Himiko noticed. And because of Kibo, too.
Hey, where's my thanks? I'm the one who installed that function into Kibo.
Hey, yeah, what was it you were saying about its purpose?
Oh, to be honest, the purpose of that image recording function is to monitor my health. Specifically, I make Kibo use that function every day to analyze my turns.
Bro, what?
You're what? Why? Shit is a great indicator of intestinal health and gut bacteria quality.
Okay, you can't mess with you. Like, you can't really be.
Plus, taking a satisfying shit does wonders for a woman's natural beauty, so... See? You're all grossed out! This is why I didn't want to tell you about my plan! Quit talking about your poop, no one cares!
Exactly, bro.
Kyo, you killed Tenko, didn't you? Just give up and admit it already.
So, Kyo, if you have any objections, you can...
Your deductions are fiction.
Your deductions are fiction.
Well, since you've given me the option, I will most certainly object. To be honest, it's unimportant, but it may be an amusing diversion. Now I shall bear witness to your abilities, Shuichi. Do entertain me. If you are going to claim I am the culprit, then what of the murder weapon? It was set up in the cage. The only people capable of that
Oh.
are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carried the cage. So suspicion should fall on them.
Bro, coulda. Wait. Boy, get on my face.
True, we could have placed the sickle there, but we could not have removed it later. Because we weren't the ones who lifted the cage. That was Himiko.
The only person who could have collected the sickle was Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift. I had no opportunity to touch the sickle.
Oh, freak.
Oh no!
If you are going to claim I am the culprit, then what of the murder weapon? It was set up in the cage. The only people capable of that are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carried the cage. So suspicion should fall on them.
True, we could have placed the sickle there, but we could not have removed it later. Because we weren't the ones who lifted the cage. That was Himiko.
The only person who could have collected the sickle was Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no opportunity to touch the sickle. So simply put, I am not the killer. The only person who could have collected the sickle was Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no opportunity to touch the sickle.
Damn it!
The The only person who could have collected the sickle is Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no opportunity to touch the sickle.
Oh no!
The only person who could have collected the sickle is Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I lift it. I had no opportunity to touch the sickle. So simply put, I am not the killer. The only person who could have collected the sickle is Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not.
Oh yeah, the white sheet. This
nor
white sheet.
did I lift it. I had no opportunity to touch the sickle.
I'll cut through your words.
The only person who could have set up the sickle and retrieved it afterward is Kyo. That was done by covering the cage with a white cloth. You could have secretly placed the sickle when you draped the cloth. And retrieved it afterward when you removed the cloth. Then, while everyone was distracted, you discreetly dropped the sickle under the floor.
Wonderful! That's exactly correct.
Whoa.
It's correct. Then why don't you give up already?
The trick I put so much work into is just wasted effort now. Alas.
So, it was you? You killed Tenko?
It isn't gonna matter at the end of the day.
Let me guess. You'll never forgive me. Himiko, you must hate me so very much. Maybe you'd feel better if I was executed by Monokuma. But unfortunately for you, that won't happen. Because if you vote for me, every spotless, including myself, will die.
What you talking about, Kyo?
You still don't understand? I killed Tenko, that is the truth. But it is meaningless in this class trial.
Meaningless?
You mean Monokuma's extra rule, right?
You see, I killed Tenko, but not Angie. For us, Tenko's death is nothing but a trivial issue. Because the blackened in this trial is the culprit who killed Angie.
Trivial issue? No, that's gotta be a lie. You probably killed Angie too.
That is simply not possible. Recall that I was unable to enter Angie's lab.
Oh, only student council members and Kokichi could enter research lab.
How could I have possibly killed Angie when I couldn't even enter?
We can figure that out. No one else could have done it besides you. If you're the one who killed Tenko, you gotta be the one who killed Angie.
I understand how you feel, Himiko, but maybe we can discuss this rationally and calmly. There is a non-zero possibility that Kyo is telling the truth.
So you understand how she feels. I see. Wait, robots can understand human feelings?
Of course I understand. I worked really hard to understand.
Hey, why are you getting all worked up, Kibo? Chill, dude.
That's enough! It's voting time! I'm gonna vote
Hey bro,
for
Himiko,
him.
chill out, bro.
Voting for me will only help the one who murdered Angie.
Isn't Kyo culprit?
Of course I'm not. This case was an error on my part. Monokuma added that rule after both bodies were found, yes? How was I to know that the trial would only be for Angie's killer? Had I known, I certainly wouldn't have killed Tenko.
Oh.
You're lying! You killed Tenko and Angie!
Now hold on. Jumping to conclusions here is dangerous.
We should talk it out more. This case might have juicy plot twists waiting to happen.
No cap.
Nuts to that! Any way you look at this case, Kyo is obviously the culprit.
Yeah, there's sort of no other way to look at it.
No, it's too dangerous to vote before we arrive at a logical decision.
The culprit's one of you! Wow-wee! This argument is getting intense! At times like this... The Ultimate Academy is proud to present... It's
Oh, oops.
Yippee! I've been waiting for this!
Why were you waiting for it?
Kyo confessed to killing Tenko, but insists he didn't kill Angie. We won't forgive Kyo for what he did, but we can't vote until we know the facts. I have to pin down the evidence and convince everyone. Split opinion. A. 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 Scrum debate. Scrum debate. Scrum debate. Scrum debate. A.
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie!
I got this! But he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
Freak.
He forced his way into Angie's research lab and killed her!
I got this! But he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
The katana was found in Kyo's lab.
Kyo! Anyone could have entered my lab.
So Kyo did kill Tenko, but he not blackened?
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second blackened we need to find.
He was planning to use the new rule to protect himself all along.
Kyo! Not possible. That rule was added after both murders.
We solved the mystery of Tenko's death. Can't we just vote now?
Bro, you're an idiot.
Not yet. There's still another mystery to solve.
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie! Kyo killed Tenko and Angie!
I got this! But he couldn't get into Angie's...
Freak.
I got this!
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie!
I got this! Not yet.
Bro, I need to chill out, bro. I'm missing out.
Kyo killed
Angie Lab Black and Roll Mystery. Angie. Wait.
Kibo! We don't know for certain
Okay,
that Kyo killed
alright.
Angie.
He forced his way into Angie's research lab and
I
killed
got this! But couldn't get into Angie's...
The katana was...
Kyo!
So Kyo did kill Tenko.
Kokichi!
Fine.
He was planning to...
Rule was added after both murders.
I got this!
Pretty easy, my boy.
It would be a mistake to vote before we've completely solved Angie's murder. And there's still the mystery of Tenko's murder.
Mystery? What kind of mystery?
Well, Kyo's confession derailed our conversation a bit. But we still have to go over one of the clues found at Tenko's crime scene. I believe it might even have something to do with Angie's murder.
What? For Angie?
This is it! The bloodstain found under the floor. Maki and I found it during the investigation. It was beneath the floorboard that the culprit stomped on.
Is that Tango's blood?
That bloodstain was too far from Tenko's corpse to have been hers.
Also, the bloodstain was already dry when we found it. But the blood from Tenko's body hadn't even begun to dry yet.
Well, that's weird. Why was that bloodstain the only dry one?
The bloodstain under the floorboard was dry because...
That's it! The bloodstain wasn't from Tenko's murder. It was there before we started the seance.
So, possibly the same killer?
Before the seance?
That's it! That bloodstain wasn't
But, like,
Tenko's. It was Angie's.
The hits are like... heart retrieval ratio is not fair, bro.
Why was blood from Angie at the scene of Tenko's murder?
Because it was the same murderer.
Yeah, wasn't Angie killed in her research lab?
Just because we found her body there doesn't mean she was killed there.
Ah, I guess that's possible.
If Angie wasn't killed in her lab, then that opens up a lot more possibilities. We assumed that only council members could have killed Angie since her body was in her lab. But if she died somewhere else, then we can't suspect just the council members anymore.
So the culprit didn't enter her lab, but waited for her to come out of it?
I'm not sure if the culprit waited for her, but they probably killed her when she came out. Well, I thought that was more likely from the
So,
start.
it would more likely be, a whatchamacallit member.
So I went to places Angie might have gone and checked all 3 empty rooms.
Places she might have gone? Why did you check the empty rooms then?
The empty rooms were the only places I could think of that Angie would go.
Did Angie have business in rooms?
It seems Kokichi's up to his usual misleading nonsense again.
I do lie a lot, and I could be lying right now too. But I'm pretty sure someone's panicking right now because of my lie.
Angie left her lab on her own and headed to the room before she was killed. Is Kokichi's statement true or...
The art research lab is not where Angie was killed. She was killed in the empty room instead!
She left her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there. Except for candles.
That's it! She wanted a candle!
It's soul. Sprinkle ashes, repeat. You should... Okay. The name of it is used 3 times. The ashes with the effigy. So she could burn it.
Keep herself awake at night. She would drip hot wax on her body. That's like something only you would do, Mew.
The art research lab is not where Angie was killed. She was killed in the empty room instead!
She left her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there. Except for candles.
That's it! She wanted a candle!
The freaking villains.
Keep herself awake at night.
I agree.
Trying to get the V counter. Like, bro.
That's it. Angie went to that room to get a candle.
Yeah, for kinky wax play.
No. Angie was going to use it for the ritual. According to the Necronomicon, to resurrect the dead.
After preparing the effigy, burn this Necronomicon to ashes. Use caution. Be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Then, did she seek out a candle so she could burn the book?
That's right. There's nothing to start a fire with in Angie's lab. So she went to go get a candle from one of the empty rooms.
And that's when the culprit attacked her.
That's why there was dried blood underfloor.
Which means Angie was attacked in the same room the seance was held. Bravo, Himiko. Well done for choosing that room for the seance. If we hadn't done the seance in that room, then Tenko's murder would have been in another room. If that happened, no one would have discovered Angie's bloodstain under the floorboards.
That's right. Shuichi and I only checked under the floorboards where Tenko died.
Yep, it's all thanks to Himiko for choosing the same room as Angie. This must be Atua's will. Or maybe the power of magic.
It's neither. I just picked one.
Thank you, bro.
Hold on. You're all acting as though you've proven that is fact already. You claim Angie was murdered in the empty room, and then moved to the lab?
But how would she get back into the lab?
Then how do you explain the large amount of blood in the lab? It may be possible to carry a body, but blood cannot be moved.
I think she was still alive after the attack in the empty room. She was killed after she was carried to her lab.
Oh yeah, she got bonked on the head.
This is it! The fatal wound was a cut to the back of her neck from a katana. But she also showed signs of blunt force trauma, and I think I know why. After Angie was knocked unconscious in the empty room, she was killed in her lab.
I see. So that puddle of blood is from the killing blow. Ha! It's all clear now. Angie was attacked in the empty room, carried to her lab, and it was there that the culprit finished her off.
All clear. This is all clear. What are you all talking about? All clear? What is all clear? What are you? All clear? What are you all? You what? What are? I will not fear.
What?
I will not back down.
Sweet Korekio, calm yourself.
What the freak?
Their words are all hollow. There is no meaning to any of them.
What?
You must teach these ignorant children a lesson.
That's what they were talking about when he was acting feminine in like the last trial, right?
Yes, you're right. Okay, I'll teach them.
What the hell are you mumbling about? You're giving me the goddamn willies!
Not yet. Nothing is clear at all. It's full of doubts, of mysteries, of a dense, impenetrable fog! Nothing is clear at all! Angie was attacked in the empty room first.
Oh snap.
And then carried into the research lab? Impossible! Impossible! That's nothing but a delusion! You intend to poison our minds with your delusions?
It's no delusion. Angie's two external wounds tell the story. After she was struck in the empty room, she was carried to the art research lab and then killed.
You say the culprit carried Angie's body? And not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no bloodstains. Even if you wipe them down later, there'd still be traces of evidence left behind. But there was no evidence anywhere, was there, Shuichi?
I'll cut through your words.
Move. Move, 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 move.
There was evidence left at the scene. The bloody tape under Angie's body.
What?
It was wrapped around her head to stop the bleeding while she was being carried.
Bloody tape? Gonta did.
It was under the body. It's most likely evidence the culprit should have gotten rid of. But since it was hidden, the culprit didn't notice and failed to dispose of it.
It must have fallen as the fatal blow was dealt and ended up under her body.
It must have been Atua who did that
Okay,
for us.
Himiko, stop.
What? Atua? How long are you going to keep that up?
Just
No,
say
we
God,
must
Jesus.
investigate
Keep it at
Angie's
those two.
murder.
God, Jesus, Mary. Don't say no to her.
I'm convinced there's only one person who could have killed Angie.
Hey, y'all see how I did it like with the music? Okay.
It's you, Kyo. You killed Angie.
What the fuck? So it's true!
Well, that was obvious. Such a boring, obvious.
Yeah, I'm over here thinking it's Kibo.
You killed both of them. Why did you kill them?
In terms of pure logic, only one victim was necessary to win.
Why? Why you killed them both?
Bro.
I think one of the murders was an accident.
An accident?
That's right. It wasn't part of the plan.
Huh? Which one?
Angie for sure. Like, Tanko had much more thought into it.
That's it! Angie's murder was an accident.
What? Tango wasn't accident?
That's right. Kyo originally planned
Exactly
to kill
what-
someone with a sea
Like, exactly
trick.
all that thought? No, sir, there's no way that's an
But while
accident.
he was making preparations in the empty room, Angie walked in. So he decided to kill her in order to keep her from talking.
Dang,
She
bro.
just happened
Sorry
to
for
walk
ragging
in
on you,
the
Angie, bro.
culprit setting up and was killed.
Then you should have just stopped there. When he killed Angie, there was no reason for him to kill Tanko.
You only needed to kill one for this game. Killing two is pointless. If you get bonus points for killing more, then sure. Otherwise, it leaves more
Yeah,
kills behind.
he's stupid.
Why, Kyo? Why you kill two of our friends?
What on earth are you talking about? No, I'm not the culprit. So, why is everyone looking at me like I am? Why? Why are they? Why is it? Calm yourself, Korekio.
Correcchio. Oh.
You mustn't raise your voice. You mustn't stutter. You mustn't lose composure. You mustn't become flustered. You mustn't waver. Look at their horrid faces. This sorry lot is not worth agonizing over. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
There he goes again. What the hell's wrong with him?
It almost seems like he's talking with someone.
Schizophrenia.
Someone? He's just talking to himself. And why the hell is he wearing lipstick?
No matter how loudly you protest, this is a trivial matter. I will never acknowledge your allegations. For you see,
Bullet time battle.
There's no evidence that I killed
Beat time battle.
Angie.
Bullet time battle.
No, I will not acknowledge it. I will only acknowledge facts, true events. I won't acknowledge fiction, mystery. I won't acknowledge your deductions or guesses. Well said. Good job, Korekio. Yes, thanks.
Creeps me the fuck out!
No evidence. There's no evidence that he killed Angie.
You're wrong. There is evidence.
What? You do realize bluffs like that won't work, yes?
The weapon that was used to knock Angie unconscious in the empty room. That weapon tells us the whole story, Kyo.
That's not possible. I think you may have misunderstood. Apologize. Come on, apologize. 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 Apologize.
Seriously, what the hell's
Low
happening?
key. I have no idea what's happening with Kyo. But I know what weapon he used on. I know what weapon he used on Angie. I know what weapon he used on Angie. I have to prove it to him.
I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong. Yes, I'm not the culprit. So I have nothing to confess. I have nothing
Hey.
to admit. You are simply wrong. Yes, I'm not the culprit. So I have nothing to... Why must you force your delusions on us? You're lying. That's merely a delusion. Well said, Pinocchio. To continue this debate is meaningless. Why must you
This is
force
not
your
on beat.
delusions on us? You're lying. That's merely a delusion. Yes. I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. 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 I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me.
What the heck?
Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. 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 Apologize.
Whoa.
I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot.
Bro.
Apologize. 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 I
Oh,
told
okay.
you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You have no proof that Correcchio is the killer.
Freak. Freak.
I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong. Yes, I'm not the culprit. So I have nothing to confess. I have nothing to admit. Why must you force your delusions on us? You're lying. That's merely a delusion. Well said, Correcchio. To continue this debate is meaningless. Why must you force your delusions on us? You're lying. That's merely a delusion. I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. 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 I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. 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 You have no proof that Correcchio is the killer.
It ends here!
What the freak?
Kyo hit Angie with the same floorboard used in the seesaw trick.
Oh, that makes
I
sense.
see. And how do you know the floorboard was the murder weapon?
There was a small patch of dried blood on the underside of the floorboard.
Angie's blood?
Blood that spattered there when the culprit struck Angie with the board. But that's not the only evidence that she was hit with that floorboard. There's also the bloodstain under the floor to consider. For that to be there, the floorboard must not have been in place at the time of the attack.
Good point. Had the floorboard been in place, her blood wouldn't have splattered beneath it.
Keo's earlier confession is further evidence that the floorboard was used.
How?
If the weapon used to hit Angie is the floorboard from the seesaw trick,
It means the culprit knew about the seesaw, so the same person killed Tenko and Angie.
Dang!
I believe that while Keo was setting up the seesaw, he was holding the board when Angie walked in.
And it's cold cocked her with a floorboard.
all you can do now is accept it. You even confessed to Tenko's murder already.
What's true? This is the truth.
Looks like we're almost at the end. All right, Shuichi, I'll leave the finale to you. Bring down the house.
Chief, please.
First off, Kaito, don't act like you've been doing work the entire time. It's me. I'm the protagonist. You're the sidekick.
For Angie and Tenko's sake. End this class trial.
I got you, Himiko.
I understand. I'll go over everything one more time. Keo, I want you to confess. No, I will force you to confess.
Let's get it. Closing argument starts. Bro. song is amazing, bro.
This is
Let's
the
get it.
truth of the case. Let's look back at the first murder. It was late last night. The culprit was in the empty room on the 4th floor. The culprit was preparing the seance murder they had planned. To use the floorboard as a seesaw, they had to cut the crosspiece supporting it. The plan was to make the same preparations for all 3 empty rooms. This would divert suspicion away from the culprit and whoever picked a room. To cut the crosspieces, they needed a saw. I imagine they got one from the warehouse. They were planning to cut the crosspieces in all 3 rooms. However, when the culprit was working on the middle room, the unexpected happened. Angie walked into that room and saw the culprit making their preparations. She needed some fire for the ritual and had gone to the room for a candle. At that point, the culprit had not finished the setup and was just cutting crosspieces. Angie might not have concluded that it was tied to some kind of murder plan. But now that Angie had seen it, the culprit couldn't use the seesaw trick. Any other person might have just given up, but not our culprit. The culprit took the floorboard they loosened and struck the unsuspecting Angie in the head. The culprit did not want to give up on their plan and had to improvise. They wrapped duct tape around Angie's injury to stop the bleeding. Then they picked up her unconscious body and carried her to a research lab. While she was unconscious, the culprit hurried to tie up this loose end. But because they were in a hurry, they made a crucial oversight. They didn't notice the duct tape had peeled off and was under Angie's body. Without that evidence, we may never have figured out the culprit's trick. Carrying the supplies they needed, the culprit returned to the ultimate art lab. Locked the front door from inside. And took out the katana they brought from their own lab. They then stabbed Angie in the back of the neck, finally killing her. Then, to further confuse us, the culprit attempted to make a locked room mystery. First, they used rope from the warehouse and hung 4 effigies upside down. There were 2 reasons for this. To overwhelm the room with an occult atmosphere, and the other was the key to locking the room. The culprit stuck the katana into Kaede's effigy near the rear entrance. And spun the effigy around to twist up the rope. After enough turns, the culprit let go and headed for the rear door. Once released, the effigy began spinning, and the gold leaf katana with it. The handle of the katana then hit the sliding lock, locking the door. A difficult trick, but remember that the lock was so loose it moved at the slightest touch. The culprit also would have had the opportunity to attempt it many times. Once complete, the door was locked, but the duct tape was left behind. Perhaps the culprit noticed it, but by that point, it was too late. The room was sealed. There was no way for them to get back inside. Then, this morning, we opened up the room and discovered Angie's body. But the culprit wasn't finished. They wanted one more murder. To do that, they manipulated us into performing this seance. Of the 3 empty rooms, the middle one was chosen for the seance. I was invited by Kokichi to take Kibo's place in the seance. Tenko volunteered to be the medium, but she never imagined it would get her killed. To perform the seance, the culprit claimed they needed something for Tenko. A small stone that Himiko had brought from the courtyard. Tenko, at the culprit's request, bowed her head until it was touching the stone. That position was instrumental in making sure the murder went as planned. Next, Kokichi and I placed the iron cage over Tenko, in the middle of the magic circle. The culprit then volunteered to drape the white cloth over the iron cage. We didn't realize it at the time, but that was a deliberate decision by the culprit. They needed to set up the murder weapon that was used to kill Tenko. While they were covering the cage with a cloth, they secretly placed the sickle. Finally, 4 of us placed the wooden statue on top of the cage. The culprit used the weight of the statue to keep the murder weapon in place. After the preparations were complete, we began the seance. In complete darkness, we each stood in one corner and sang the Caged Child song. When the song finished, the soul of the dead was supposed to enter the medium. But our culprit had another plan, to commit a murder in the darkness. Right after we started singing, the culprit began making their way toward Tenko. It would have been quite difficult to do in total darkness, but our culprit had a guide. They used the lines of the magic circle drawn with salt. The culprit felt for the salt and used it to guide them along. And when the culprit reached the center of the circle, they found the floorboard that had its crosspiece cut off the night before. Then lifted up their foot and stomped down hard on the floorboard. The floorboard lifted up like a seesaw and pushed Tenko's body up toward the ceiling of the cage. Tenko was stabbed in the back of the neck by the sickle on the top of the cage. She was killed right before our eyes, and we didn't even see it. After committing the crime, the culprit followed the salt back to their corner, finished the ritual, and had us light the candles. We followed the culprit's directions and removed the equipment used for the seance. And discovered Tenko's body. And while we were all focused on the body, the culprit picked up the sickle and dropped it under the floor through the hole in the corner of the room. Ironically, the final step of the murder was unwittingly carried out by us. The culprit had planned the murder so that we would unintentionally destroy some evidence. That evidence was the magic circle that the culprit used to navigate in the dark. However, the culprit didn't know that Kibo had taken a picture. He really saved us. Without that, we wouldn't know what changes were made to the circle. But now we know for certain, and we know the culprit drew the magic circle. Korekio Shinguchi, the ultimate anthropologist. You're the culprit behind these murders. That's where my detective work leads us. It all fits.
Sweet Korekio. There are times when it's necessary to admit defeat. Admit? Yeah. Okay.
So you finally admit you did it.
Unfortunately. Yes. Yes. It's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. My one regret, my only regret, was not being able to make 100 friends.
Bro, what?
100 friends?
It was my dream to make 100 friends. Oh, it's so unfortunate! I was so close to 100! What are you talking about? I do not understand a word of this.
Who gives a fuck? Let's vote for this kooky bastard and be done with this already!
Roger that! One voting time! Coming up!
The heart racing excitement as...
The heart racing excitement!
As a blackened and a spotless final...
It's voting time!
Who's Monodam gonna kill this time? It's Kaede. Dang, bro. Let me stop playing around.
Now then, it seems the voting has finished. Let's see the result.
Ugh. Okay, no one voted for me this time.
Who'll be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
A 2-hour class trial. Nice, nice. Wow, seriously? You're correct again.
Absolutely right.
Amazing. This is the third correct verdict in a row.
All right.
If you manage to get 12 correct verdicts in a row, you will proceed to the bonus round. How's this gonna last that long?
For now,
It's finally over.
No.
No, not yet. I haven't heard his answer yet. Kia, why? Why did you kill Angie and Tanko?
Right!
Yeah, no need to kill them both, no matter what motive you have.
Oh?
Motive?
Hey!
Did your motive have something to do with the transfer student who was resurrected? Even if it did, though, how did that trigger a murder?
Hey!
Don't tell me. Were you actually scared of the resurrection ritual, Kaito? Shut up! I was never scared! The resurrection ritual had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it? Because we're friends, I'll tell you, I never once believed in the ritual. I would never kill someone over such a silly thing like that.
What?
So, it has nothing to do with the motive?
Yeah?
Then why?
Yes.
For the one that I love.
There is someone that I love.
From the bottom of my heart. Someone so dear. Someone I long for.
I love her with all my heart, and she loves me with all her heart. Yes, we vowed an endless love to each other.
Spike needs to chill out, bro.
Forever bound by fate. None can come between us. We are bound by an intense love, no matter what anyone says.
What?
Bragging about your love life? Freak you. Some of us aren't that lucky. So to see this lover of yours, you had to escape.
Don't tell me.
That's why you killed Angie and Tanko. But why did you need to kill both? If you asked if I did not escape this place, if you asked if I did not, if you asked if I did it to escape this place, my answer would be no.
Wonderful.
Because I had no need to escape this place. The one I love is inside. Yeah, it's inside of him, bro.
Wait!
Don't look at me. I'm not his lover.
Yeah.
Calm down. No one would want you disgusting, poop-stuffed B-word like you anyway.
Kersploosh!
What the what?
Hey!
Kyo, who is it? Who is this person you love?
Hey,
Is it really one of us? When I say inside, I do not mean inside the academy.
You see,
I mean inside me.
sister.
Yes, the one I will love inside. The one I love is Alabama? What the freak?
Huh?
Sister?
Right?
Well, duh. If you were his sister, he would have killed you himself already.
Wait.
Your sister? But didn't you say she was your lover?
Whatever is the matter?
It's not that difficult. This yuck. Yuck.
I loved her so deeply, and she loved me so deeply. The fact that we were siblings meant nothing to us.
No physical connection. Psych.
They called it forbidden love, but none could stop the love we shared.
Spike, stop it.
Oh, how I long for my sister's warmth.
Spike, stop it, bro.
The only time I felt at peace was when I was enveloped in my sister's warmth. For my beloved sister.
I had to.
Always messing around.
You had to escape from here, right?
No.
No, I had to kill for her.
Huh?
What?
Sister.
Sister was very sickly. She was always in and out of the hospital ever since she was a child. Because of that, she didn't have many friends. She always seemed so lonely.
However,
Even if I could be her little brother and her lover, I couldn't be her friend. So I thought I'd find her some friends. Friends from my dear deceased sister.
huh?
Deceased?
Do you understand?
My sister is now a ghost, so her friends should be ghosts too, right?
For my beloved sister.
For sister's sake, I've killed many, to send her 100 friends. They were all wonderful people, worthy of being sister's friends.
Huh?
What?
Incomprehensible.
This is too impossible to understand. Too impossible.
Sister.
Sister was very happy.
yes.
Yes, Koriko, I am very happy. Thanks to you, I'm not lonely.
What?
Could it be that the lipstick version of Kyo is...
I am Korekio's older sister.
Thank you for looking after my little brother.
What?
What the heck?
Yes.
After I lost my beloved sister, I was so distraught I nearly went mad. But my sister came to save me.
I am pleased.
She visited me during one of my seances and stayed inside of me.
Sister.
Now I can see her whenever I want. I'm never lonely.
Korekio.
That's wonderful, Korekio. Your love made the impossible possible.
Are you serious?
Are you serious? Is this really a spirit?
I told you.
He's just delusional. What a sad girl who can't even believe in the power of love.
Ew.
Either way, he's totally out of his mind. I mean, he killed for a dead chick.
Well,
You said you killed a lot already, right? So it wasn't just the two you killed here?
What was that?
What? Seems like he was already crazy before he got here.
Because
You didn't kill to escape from here. That wasn't your purpose from the get-go. You just wanted to slaughter a bunch, huh?
unacceptable.
Do not make me out to be some bloodthirsty and indiscriminate killer. I only kill girls who I think are worthy of being sisters' friends.
Huh?
Only girls? So when you're deciding on who should be the medium. Before that, let's choose a spiritual medium. It would work best with the girl. You said it would work best. You said it would work best with the girl. I spent my time evaluating all the girls here.
Wonderful.
And besides Maki and Miyu, they were all worthy. All worthy of being sisters' friends.
Yeah?
All worthy.
Why you?
Okay, how come I'm not included? I mean, it's not like I care.
Then
Then the second victim could have been me. Tenko died in place of me. Then I'll do it. I can't think of anyone but Miyu that anti-spirit should go in. No, I'll do it.
Excellent.
Himiko would have been great, but Tenko volunteering made me so happy. Her noble, earnest, and heart made a perfect friend for my sister.
Wonderful.
She even infiltrated the student council to protect Himiko.
Huh?
Huh? Infiltrate? Really? But how did you... It was obvious to me. I've studied so many people.
Can this be?
Yes, she stood up against the darkness of the school all by herself. All for her beloved friend.
Beautiful.
I was so touched by that. Wonderful she was able to protect a friend for her sister. I can't understand why you didn't like her, Himiko.
Well,
Though I was planning on having you become sister's friend too, eventually.
No way!
But what? You do all that for? Wow, you did all that just to kill. For you to go that far, that's pretty impressive. You were interested in the caged child, just so you can use it to kill someone, right?
let's see.
It interested me as an anthropologist, of course, but more than that.
For my beloved sister.
I wanted to kill for sister. I cannot deny that overpowering feeling.
are you okay?
Kaito, are you okay? You look kinda pale. Don't worry about it. Let's focus on Kyo for now. Allow me to explain though. I did not plan to kill both of them. I knew I would have plenty of chances after escaping this place.
However.
But Angie walked in on me preparing and I ended up killing her a different way. So I figured I may as well kill someone else too. After all, it would be just a shame to waste the seance trick I prepared.
what is that?
You're talking like you killed her just because you could. No, not just because I could. I was sending another friend to sister.
Korekio.
Korekio, you're such a thoughtful little brother, but it was bad to get greedy.
Oh dear.
You're right. Because of that, no, I can't send 100 friends to sister. Do you understand now? Those were the circumstances of Korekio's crime. I do not understand. This is all too impossible for me to understand.
Why?
That right. Killing two friends for your dead sister?
But how?
That's wrong. That's so wrong. Oh, don't get so worked up. There's something I learned after sister's death.
Do not worry.
Death only changes a person's form. The soul lives on as a ghost.
That's right.
That's right. Even though I'm a ghost now, I'm always by Korekio's side.
Sister.
Thank you, sister. I love you. Cut it out already.
What was that?
I don't understand what you're saying. Nothing makes sense. It's not fair. Why did Angie and Tanko have to die for something so unfair?
Well,
Because death is unfair. Yeah.
and another thing.
All deaths are unfair deaths. Why do you think news stations get such high ratings when they are reporting about a death? Because everyone likes unfair deaths.
Maybe.
Well, if you look at it like that, this whole killing game embodies that philosophy, right? Gifted high school students forced to play a killing game. Man, if people were watching this, they would get a kick out of it. If people were watching this, don't look at me, bro. Knock off the bull crap. Only sick, poopy heads will enjoy watching this.
You got me.
Heck yeah, if I wasn't in this killing game, I would have so much fun watching.
So then,
The nature of this killing game is shrouded in mystery. But my role in it is over. I have finished my explanation to you, friends.
sister,
I think I shall go see her now. My beloved sister.
sister,
I was able to send her 100 friends, but at least I can see her again now.
Correctio.
It's alright, sweet Korikio. Come to me.
Oh,
Looks like you're already prepared. Now then, let's get started.
it's punishment time.
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time.
Huh?
Punishment time.
sister.
My beloved sister. At long last, I'll finally get to see you again.
That's right.
Yes, from now on, no one will try to stop us. We can be together without having to hide our love from others. Wait, I can't accept this!
Therefore,
Like I said, there's no such thing as a death that can be accepted.
from an anthropological
Why do you think so many different cultures have funeral rites? Why do you think rumors of ways to resurrect the dead never cease?
yes.
The living must find a reason, however forced, to accept death when it happens. How can you come to terms with death how you come to terms with death also determines how you live, yes?
What was that?
What?
I
That was the answer I reached. How about you? How will you live a life that faces death?
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For the anthropologist, Korikyo Shingu Juidugu,
I shall observe.
I will watch over you all as a ghost. As your friend, I will watch over you.
That's right.
It won't be just me and Korikyo. All of those who died will be watching. I will be watching to see how you face the death of your friends.
Humanity.
I'll be
is
watching
beautiful.
forever and ever.
It's punishment.
We don't want you to be watching this, dude. Get on my face. Gonta still doesn't have shoes on. Korikyo has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Rip Monotaro. Rip Monotaro. Rip it. This dude Monodam isn't doing anything. Please, someone kill Monodam. I can't stand him. Oh, he killed himself. Cool. I'm cool with that. Oh, that's messed up. Like what he was doing was nasty, but like he couldn't even like. What? No. Monodam, why?
How can this be?
To think that my cute child would commit suicide.
Yay!
It's so cute. It's so freaking cute that he would kill himself because he couldn't get along. That's what he gets, honestly.
That's right.
Hey,
Hey, who's Monodam? You already forgot? That's kind of scary.
well now.
Looks like another class trial is wrapped up without incident, so I'm gonna take back this here Necronomicon.
Wow, wow, wow.
Seems like a waste though. You guys sure you don't want to use it? You guys should have brought back you guys should have brought someone back to life and added them to your roster. Shut up. How long are you gonna keep talking about that?
I told you.
Ignore him. The whole resurrection ritual is obviously a lie. He's just trying to get us to shake mentally. He's just trying to shake us mentally to get us to panic.
What's the point?
I'm assuming you'll think another murder will. I'm assuming you'll think another murder will happen if we do that, right? Who can say? What a waste. If none of you were gonna use it, then you should let me have it. Then I could have resurrected one of my dead siblings. Which one? Well, I don't know. They all were pretty terrible, actually. But did one of us die? I could have sworn it was just us two the whole time.
Oh yeah.
It's too bad you missed your chance to raise the dead. That's what you get for doubting me.
So long. Farewell.
Even now, he still talks about raising the dead.
Always messing around.
Man, this is stupid. What people believe in is up to them, but living people shouldn't have to suffer because they're dead.
Of course.
The living are more precious than the dead, no matter what. That's not something a coward like you should say. Shut up and leave me alone. But there's one thing that this case taught me. I thought there was a God watching over us, but I'm not about to repeat that. Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
Well, that's why we have to work together, right? Face it together. Our ultimate talents are the best weapons we have.
Going to do his best.
And going to do his best to keep everyone safe. Going to want to protect everyone. But your talent is entomology. I don't want Shuichi to use his ultimate talent anymore. I'm getting sick of class trials.
You're right.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, your talent as an assassin is way more trouble. When are you gonna use that, huh?
Okay,
I'll work hard until everyone trusts my ultimate talent. Huh?
that's right.
It may not be possible now, but I'll put in the effort so everyone can trust me. I won't run away anymore. I want everyone to survive. I want to survive and escape this place with everyone. Maki. I see. I wonder how long that'll last. What if her true calling as killer shows? Don't underestimate her. Maki Roll is one of my sidekicks.
Got a minute?
I don't remember being your sidekick. Also, didn't I tell you to stop calling me Maki Roll? Oh, you guys are super close now. This must be the powerful bond of friendship. But I would have preferred it to happen sooner, especially not after losing 7 people. You're right. Only 9 people left now. Well, what do you know? This dumbbutt can do basic math. That's right. 7 pieces of poop have been flushed away, and only 9 remain.
Actually,
By that calculation, doesn't that make you one of the pieces?
But,
Just 9 of us.
well, you know.
Humans are like weeds, too numerous to count. 7 of us, that doesn't mean much at the end. That's totally what the heartless robot is thinking, right?
How rude!
No, I'm not thinking that. Your blatant robophobia is simply inexcusable.
But you know.
But hey, none of us gave up, right? I know we're all gonna escape. I'm not gonna rely on God, spirits, or the dead.
I believe in
Just
you.
you guys. I believe in all of you.
Okay.
Kaito,
Well, of course.
you're right. Those of us who remain can start over.
Hey.
Hold up, Keyboy needs to apologize for everyone for the whole student council thing. And the only one kind of that up of
How exciting!
yank your head off and smash it onto the ground with all your strength. Got that?
No way!
I have never heard of such an intense form of apology. It seems like everything is settled for now, even though we're missing her.
You alright?
Himiko, you okay? Anything Gonta can do to help? You can tell Gonta.
Hey!
I think we should let her have some space for now. That might be best for her.
Okay.
I remember how I felt.
Oh.
Oh, Going to understand.
You're so dumb.
Goodness, Himiko is such a liar.
Huh?
Huh?
Because I'm a liar.
Personally, I don't think lies are exactly a bad thing. Let's face it, you wouldn't have to face any free will if the world was just compromised with just... If the world was compromised with just the truth. But even then, I don't think it's good to lie to yourself, you know?
Right?
What are you saying? Think about Himiko's feelings a little bit.
Nuh-uh.
I only said this because I thought about it.
Because?
Himiko has been lying to herself about her own feelings, so she's been holding back.
Hey!
Hey, what are you repressing? What are you trying so hard to hold back? What? Hold back? Expressing your feelings is perfectly natural. You shouldn't feel ashamed at all. So if you feel like crying while you're talking about it, while talking to Angie, go ahead and cry your eyes out. You'll feel better when you do. Well, I mean, laughing makes you feel better too. And venting your anger onto something can really cheer you up. Train your heart by crying, laughing, and venting your anger. Here we go. Dang, bro.
Damn it.
Dang it. Himiko cried for a long time. She cried as if she was releasing all the emotions she had bottled up inside. Before we knew it, as if lured by her doing so, we began crying. After a while, Himiko finally calmed down. However,
Is she hard to carry, Gonta?
No, she fine.
She's sleeping very peacefully.
She's all tuckered out after crying. Robots sleep well after leaking their oils too, right?
I have told you many times that I do not use oil as my fuel source.
But wow, that really surprised me. She passed out as soon as she stopped crying.
Yeah, but she looks so peaceful sleeping like that.
She probably felt better after letting it all out, don't you think? Yeah, I hope so.
Then Gonta carry Himiko to her room.
Make sure you focus real good on your back, you hear me? You'll need that focus if you want to feel her little mosquito bites poking ya!
There's no way he'd do such a thing. Gonta is a gentleman after all.
while we're heading back to the dorms, I suddenly noticed Kaito had stopped in his tracks. Kaito, what's wrong? Oh, nothing. I just wanted to get some night air. Don't worry about me. Go on ahead.
Huh?
Are you sure?
Well,
Anyway, don't do something like this again, okay? If you dislike scary things, then you should have said so earlier. I thought you were sick. You worried about me? Yeah, worried about your stupidity. Ha, still haven't warmed up to me, huh?
But
Maybe not, but I feel like the walls we had up are coming down a little, you know? Perhaps the walls were her enemies. It seems like she doesn't want to wait anymore.
Got it.
Yeah, 'cause of me. Yeah,
okay.
maybe, but you sound like you're bragging, Kaito.
Huh.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm gonna get some air before I go back. You can go on ahead.
Okay.
Sure, got it. See you tomorrow.
Got it.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. After our goodbyes, I returned to my dorm room. I didn't notice what was going on with Kaito.
Damn it.
Whoa.
I don't have time to be dying. I still haven't gone into space yet. Damn it. No way am I gonna die here.
Whoa.
No way.
I need answers.